Welcome, everybody, to the South Hockey Network live on YouTube for another meeting between these two teams 1 week after the Titans were 3-2 winners right at this very building. I'm alongside David Ventura on the broadcast here for this one. This is the Wintrust South Hockey Network. We thank Glenview Bank and Trust for being our presenting sponsor all season long and making these broadcasts possible, including tonight. Well, David, we didn't witness the last game for Glenbrook South, which was a 4-0 loss to New Trier Green. I don't know if you got a chance to see any of the game tape. I sort of skimmed through it, but I heard from Zach Freemuth, who was on the call with Anthony Pasquale. It was a much more even game.
Yeah, Dylan, and that's something that they're going to need to do today is bury the chances.
Out. On there. Okay, here we go. I think we just fixed it. Let's turn these down. And yeah, looks like we have figured out the sound problem. David, it's just in time for puck drop. So we apologize for all you folks at home. We just filled you in about this matchup, but turns out you didn't hear it watching at home. But again, if you're joining us late, or actually, well, you didn't hear us say this, but we're without our team captain tonight. I'm not talking about Ryan Mulvey. I'm talking about our team captain in the broadcast booth, Gerard Boris, who will be coming in here at the third period. So we're doing our absolute best to put on this broadcast without him for the time being. So here we go. We're underway. This one sent back up top, and St. Viator will bring it out the other direction.
You know what we need, Dylan?
What's that?
We need to put like caution tape on here. So I guess people walking behind us.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right, looks like the scoreboard has just gone off of your screen, so we're going to fix that as soon as we can. Still 0-0. Blake Hoffer through the neutral zone. Currently sitting at 97 career varsity goals for Glenbrook South. He'll dump it in. Goes down to the far side corner and played out by St. Viator. All the way down, and that's an icing. All right, let me look at this real quick. Scoreboard accidentally. Here, let's show you this for a second. Show scoreboard. There we go. All right, we got it fixed, people, it looks like. Again, we're doing our best. Corner of your screen here on the Wintrust South Hockey Network. Offensive zone faceoff for the Titans. They'll eventually win possession. Zach Boris sends it down low. It's played off the far glass and out to the neutral zone. Here come the Lions, who are wearing their new red jerseys. These jerseys debuting this season. We have not seen these in previous seasons. And David, I'm a fan, I would say. Now this is Matthew Ciccone. We're back up top, and Ventura going to backhand it out, could not. And now Luke Fagan steps in there and will bring the puck out. St. Viator won last night, 4-1, the final score on the road. So now St. Viator brings it across the line. Tutai gets his stick in there and plays it back down for Asher Vanderplug, the hero right in this building in the final minute. This pass goes. This is Tommy Speck, one of the alternate. Deflected, maybe not. Icing is the call. This puck just narrowly avoids going out of play. Bounces off the high glass and stays in. Now near side. Viator sets it back up top. Here's Adam Popule with a shot, and that's into the glove of Thomas Preston, who hangs on.
Yeah, both teams still filling each other out. See some black screen a little bit from time to time on this, so not sure what that is. Trying to figure that out a little bit.
See here, all these chords. a shot away.
There we go.
Just Weiss with instead. I'm getting in your way here. I think you can hear us right now. It's almost like it needs to be the perfect angle. Like if you hold it like this, you can hear us. So like kind of do like this.
Oh.
Okay, I think you can hear us now. Doing the best we can here without Gerard Boris. Side. Love Dennis and Stefan. Holding it like this with one finger and pushing it to this side. I think that's our sweet spot. Now a 2-on-1 for St. Viator. A pass across. Stefan scores. No goal. It's waved off as the net came off its moorings. St. Viator is arguing. And boy, now would be a good time to have those goal cams, but let's take a look.
Well, you know what we say, right? Welcome to high school hockey where the net comes off. Although that was actually in place pretty well. Preston kicked really hard over. Oh, no, yeah.
So now the officials all meet up. It looked like it.
I was more looking at the audio, but I did see the net come off at the last second. I wouldn't be surprised. The call's going to stay the same.
Yeah, the St. Viator fans are not happy about it. And
here's what I would say. I wouldn't be happy about that if it was a GBS play.
Right.
So I think, and I'm also almost positive that the rule is if the net comes off, and again, you probably know this better than I do, but if the net comes off, they have to wave it off. Can we play again?
So they will just drop the puck in the Titans defensive zone as a result. 6:05 to go in the first. 8-7 the shots in favor of the Lions.
I would say the Titans probably catch another break there. So, you know, if GBS is going to want to get back in this one, they're going to need to find a way to capitalize on the luck that they've had throughout this game.
Face-off won by the Titans. It's Braden Mendoza. Mendoza with a long pass that deflects off Ciccone and down into St. Viator zone. 5:50 to go in the first. Titans still looking for their first goal. Zach Boris below the goal line. Sent it right in front. Charlie Preston to the forehand. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Now left point. Sent down low again, and St. Viator will bring it out. Ciccone centers it, but Luke Fagan, great defensive positioning. Did not allow any kind of zone entry there, or crashed the net. Mendoza out to Preston. He will fire it in. Goes to the far side where Zach Boris. Now Mason Stefan to the near side and out to the neutral zone. Mendoza will fire it right back in. Deflects off the blocker of Sclafini, up and out of play for a stoppage.
All of a sudden, we got 5 minutes left to go in the first period. So, you know, if you're a GBS, you got to figure you're going to need one here before the end of the first, because right now all the momentum is in St. Viator's possession right now. And again, like I've said a couple times, they've caught a few breaks. So capitalizing's got to be crucial here. Uh-oh.
Played off the far glass and chased after. Here's a shot, save made, rebound, and unable to get a clean shot was Jiang Hong. Titans maybe get a break there, as Preston did allow a rebound, but it was in his skates and on his offside, so to speak.
Yeah, good initial stop there by Preston as one of the Titan defenders just gets beat. All of a sudden you have a Titan back checking. And we'll take a look at the replay, but the back check is what was able to not allow Viator to score on that one.
Now Hong keeps it in left point, sends it down deep. Luke Fagan, and high in the air it goes, out of play, near side.
So we'll take a look at the replay, but you can see here there's a one-on-one.
Look at this camera work here from Jason Weiss as well.
Yeah, perfect. And
just stunning.
Weiss gets beat.
Okay, missed the save.
And then right there, the stick comes in. And that's Mendoza's stick that comes in on the back check.
So face off at the circle to Preston's right. It's won cleanly by Viator. Connor Civitroff fired a shot. Now in the slot, Civitroff sends it over, wide open, backhand shot, and I believe Preston does make a save there on Adam Popiel as the net comes off again.
Yeah, what a great save there by Preston. Net comes off again, but you can see here, you know, Titans just have a hard time getting the puck out of the zone. All of a sudden, they got 4 guys above where the puck is, and Viator's got a 2-on-1. Well, 2-on-1 below the hash marks.
What are you laughing at, David?
Well, I'm trying to find the pause button, and I'm sure it's right in front of me. I just.
It's not on this one. This is the Yellow Box Ultra. We need the Extreme for that.
I feel a little less dumb now. Thought it was going to be like last time where you're going to be like, it's right there.
Yep. You know, just the big pause button right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Dylan Ward alongside David Ventura, former Titan hockey player, class of 2022. Glad to have you with us, David. Jason Weiss on camera. Gail Weiss doing the scoreboard. Here's Blake Hoffer entering the zone. Couldn't get a clean shot off, and it's regained by Viator. Now comes Connor Civitroff. Down the right wing side, here's a shot, and that would not go. What was that, David?
So there's a play behind the net where one of the Viator players was holding Hoffer's stick. I'm sure at home you heard some people in the stands yelling, and that's what it was about. So that play is going to get whistled for a hand pass, but behind the play, one of the Viator players was holding Hoffer's stick, so I was saying that's a hold, you know, because just like the officials are listening to me, right?
Yeah. Well, they got the broadcast in their headset, in their ear.
Well, also you were showing me a little bit of the game at North Shore. I guess they got the broadcast hooked up to the new Jumbotron they got there.
Yeah, pretty sweet, huh?
That is.
Loyola Gold beating GBN 2-0 earlier today. New Trier Green up 4-2 against Carmel Catholic. Lake Forest, St. Ignatius scoreless. And here in Mount Prospect, it's the Titans trailing 1-0 to the top team in points in the SHL, the St. Viator Lions. Now here's Ryan Loftus. He's got the lone goal, looking for another, or maybe an assist this time as he drops it off. But McCrulis swoops in there to grab the puck away. Alex Tutai goes across. Will Fagan out to Zach Boris, just popped over his stick and back down into the Lions zone. McCrulis gloves it down on the clearing attempt, but now Jake Bukala behind the net goes across to the captain Loftus. Both teams in this game, David, have a captain who wears number 14 and is named Ryan. How do you like that?
Yeah, it would have been even more fun if their last name started with the same letter.
Yeah. Mulvey and Loftus. Thrown to the front of the net. McCrulis couldn't get a touch on it. Now it's fought for below the goal line, and Ryan Loftus, Viator's number 14, will come out with it.
Yeah, I think the Titans were just trying to force pucks to the center there. They had their defense wide open. Would have liked to see them move the puck up top on that one.
Colton Newhouse dangles around one. Now over to Ryan Loftus. Centered it, but a nice play by Jonah Weiss getting in the way of that centering feed. Far side corner, Will Fagan looking to shove Giovanni DePinto off the puck. Weiss gets in there to help in the board battle. And the Titans will come away with the puck. Hoffer to the near side. Teddy McCrulis Passes it back, Braden Mendoza. Over to Will Fagan, now back for Mendoza. Given up, and out comes Finn Hogan for the Lions. Pardon me, that's actually John Colpins. Now DePinto centered it. Ciccone towards the net. Preston couldn't keep it in his glove. Now he tries to dive on top of it. The puck goes to the far side corner as a result. Getting close to our 1 minute remaining announcement. There it is from Dominic. Now out to the neutral zone. Jonah Weiss swoops in there to grab a loose puck. And that one's fired down. See if the Titans can get one here before the end of the first period. You all probably know by now, but no intermission between the first and second, just a brief timeout. As this one's fired in on Preston, he makes the save from neutral ice and leaves it for Blake Hoffer. Long pass finds Owen Cosmeter. Cosmeter dances around one, couldn't collect the puck afterwards though. Ryan Mulvey will keep it in, try a shot, and getting in the way of that was Matthew Ciccone. Back down to the Titans zone, 15 seconds left in period number 1. Pass out to Hoffer is taken away by Przwara, who fired in. Preston leaves it below the goal line. Luke Fagan off the far boards and kept in the zone. Viator with 2 seconds left, and it's forced out by the Titans. Buzzer sounds, and 17 minutes have come and gone. The shots on goal, 11-7 after the first period.
And I think the Titans are pretty lucky to be where they're at. And I think we more or less figured out the audio issues throughout. I know that it's a little difficult, but I've been watching the audio bar, so I know you were watching the game, so I have a little time to watch the audio bar.
Appreciate it, David. Also, there's one right here if that helps you out.
So
Ryan Loftus with the lone goal so far for the St. Viator Lions. Well, YMCA here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. So what'd you think of the first period there, David?
Sorry, Dylan, I was watching the audio bar because now that Jason's got his finger off of the cord, it still seems to be working, so I'm pretty amazed with that. But
I think the big thing is when he's moving the camera, and look at this great shot you get here.
Exactly.
Of the, there you go.
Oh, look, it should be good now.
Yeah.
But of the first period that I did watch, when we weren't having the audio issues, I think the Titans just got to be a little harder when it comes to, opportunities they have, right? They've been forcing the puck out in front a little bit, forcing pucks to the middle specifically, like see them use their points a little bit, and then crack down in the defensive zone. You see them make a lot of mistakes in the defensive end. A lot of those have led to chances for Viator. Thankfully for them, only one of them has led to a goal. Both teams are now out of their huddle, though, and Viator is actually waiting for GBS to put out their lines, because, again, remember, in high school hockey, the away team needs to put out their lines first, then the home team.
All levels of hockey, David.
Well,
oh, yeah?
Not really.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, like, mites, even Bantams, they don't really.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, JV doesn't really look into that much, unless it's like a big game.
I see. Well, fresh 17 minutes are on the clock, David, and this is the period of the long change. We'll see if the Titans can make something happen. The Titans were down 1-0 after 1 last Sunday, and they ended up entering the third period 2-2. So maybe this change of sides will spark some momentum for the Titans. Center ice face-off, Pepe LeBoy goes against Jonah Weiss, and we're underway in period number 2. Here is LeBoy, goes across Sivitroth with a shot. Glove save made by Preston. He'll hang on. And we get a stoppage 8 seconds into the period.
Yeah, Dylan, something to keep an eye on. If you just look to the left of the GBS bench, you can see Jimmy Philbin Jr. is with Asher Vanderplug right now. Looks like he's got a problem with his skate, so if I had to guess, it would be it's not sharp. But again, I will look at that and keep everyone posted on what it looks like the problem is.
How about that punt by the Titans? No icing. It just barely avoided going over the goal line down to our left. So St. Viator will have to bring it back up themselves. He'll do just that. Here's Pepe Lavoie, centered it for Cipitroth, and he gets it back after the rebound, and it's stopped by Preston.
Yeah, nice stop there by Preston to start out the period. Let's take a look at the zone entry there by Viator. They had 2 forwards, and all of a sudden, they try to sneak one by, but again, nice stick there by Fagan. And his defense out in front finds the stick of a Viator player, so that's why they were able to get it back on net. Thankfully for the Titans, it looks like Vanderploeg's back on the bench. It looks like they were changing his skate blade. Maybe after the game they'll tell me that I was wrong, but either way, I'm sure he'll be back on the ice soon.
Asher Vanderploeg, the Titans leader in goals with 13 in the SHL this season. Second place on the overall season behind Blake Hoffer. Vanderploeg's got 23 in total this year. Now this one across, Owen Cosmeter will play it off the far boards. Hoffer looking to bring this one in. Hoffer centered it near side. Owen Cosmeter plays it off the boards. Cosmeter dances around one defender, and it is eventually forced out to the neutral zone by Ryan Loftus. Tommy Speck now brings it over the line. We'll fire this one in. Bounces on its way to the end boards where it's regained by the Lions. Thrown right in front. This one deflects up high.
A nice stick there by Preston to interrupt that chance. If I heads up. Ooh, I almost ran down to go get it. But we'll take a look at the play that I'm talking about. This chance there that Viator had. You'll see it in the frame in a second, but Preston uses his stick. We'll slow it down right there. Uses his stick to break up the play. Oh, almost. You can see Loftus was there almost all alone with Preston, but he's able to use his stick, get that puck out of play. Or at least out of harm's way, and then the puck ends up going up and out of play. And with there being no netting here, it almost proved that that could be an issue, but
yeah.
Thankfully no one was there.
We saw that a couple times last weekend too, right here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena.
And it's not like the puck is soft, you know?
Nope, not really.
They hurt, and honestly, even with the padding, it can leave some bruises, so.
Yeah, that thing is a hard piece of metal. Here's Ryan Loftus looking for a second. That one's stopped by Preston.
Rubber.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought you said metal.
I might have. I meant rubber. Yeah, if it was a hard piece of metal, that would be even worse. There is Asher Vanderploeg back on the ice. He gives it up here to Pinto with a shot.
Oh, that one off the hand of Fagan out in front. I'll show everyone at the replay at home, but that actually almost took a bounce off of a tight defender in front in the back of the net.
Jiang Hong will take a shot. That's in the skates of DePinto. The Titans are able to get it out now. Adam Popiel back down below the goal line. Plays it to the near side. Given up. Teddy McCrulis, backhander off the post. And the Titans that close to evening up this game at 1 apiece. Now Colpins can't clear it out. Popiel back in his own zone. Now Colpins gets it back. John Colpins, nice stick there by Asher Vanderploeg to knock the play away. Now Teddy McCrulis gets it ahead. McCrulis with a shot, and that one wouldn't go. It was stopped by Sclafini.
McCrulis was looking for that same corner that he was going for with the backhand. Fortunately unable to put it past the goaltender.
Now Mendoza down to McCrulis, centered it, looking for Vanderploeg. But it will get cleared out by St. Viator. It'll be an icing, but here at the high school level, they'll get an opportunity to change.
Yeah, and we'll go to the...
Yeah, that's all it is.
We'll go to the first play I'm talking about. It's right there, the chance by Viator that goes off of the arm of, or the hand of Fagan. Then we'll go back to the chance that McCrulis had. This is the second one where there's a turnover there by Viator. You can see Hong mishandles the puck. All of a sudden, McCrulis is going the other way. Viator's doing a good job of making McCrulis his only option, shooting that puck.
Yeah, he had Ventura to his right, but not a clean passing lane. It didn't appear so.
Yeah, and that's, defense 101. Go for the guy that's open. Let the shooter go one-on-one with the goaltender. And McCrulis had the chance there, but, you're going against the St. Viator goaltender, so
Now Jiang Hong the other way. Actually, that was Mason Steffen, or actually Ethan Lee, it looks like. My apologies. I'm not used to calling a game with no nameplates, David.
I know, it does make it a little difficult, especially when their jerseys are tucked in.
Yeah,
so that's why, you know, I think if I'm not broadcasting the game, I'm a fan of the jerseys, but if I am, then it makes it a little bit more difficult for sure.
I'll tell you what, I've broadcasted women's hockey here and there, really girls hockey at the high school level, and their long ponytails sometimes get in the way of the nameplates and numbers as well, so you don't see that problem nearly as often in the boys hockey, but you do from time to time.
And well, we saw it on in the West Bend Power game. It made my life difficult.
Now a centering pass, a shot. Looked like it went in almost from our angle, but off the stick of Albert Przwara, looking to add on from his hat trick last night. Unable to do so. Blake Hoffer comes over the line. Hoffer looking to slide that one to the slot for Weiss. Taken back by St. Viator. Przwara. Rush into the zone, gets broken up, and it's out to Owen Kosmeter. Kosmeter kicks it to his stick. Owen Kosmeter down low. Hoffer could not get that one to his backhand.
Oh, man.
That close to goal number 98 in his varsity career.
And nice play there by Kosmeter to get that over to Hoffer, but you know, if you're St. Viator, you got bailed out there by Sclafini as he gets a glove on that, pokes the puck away from Hoffer.
Big hit there. Przwara drills Weiss in open ice, and he is shaken up. It'll be a penalty.
It will be. We'll see if we caught it. There's some anger from the St. Viator bench and fans. We'll see how the replay looks on this one, but you can see Weiss has got the puck.
Just out of frame.
It's okay. It was his own kid, so I would be more concerned about, especially when you see it coming, right?
Yeah.
But thankfully that Jonah got. We'll see if he stays on the bench because looked like he got the knocked out of him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you guys didn't see it on the replay, but man, that was a hard hit. No, I didn't see it. We didn't get it. Yeah. All right. Well, first penalty of the game, though. It does go against Albert Przwara. Doesn't take a lot of trips to the penalty box. As a matter of fact, David, this is only his third and fourth penalty minutes of the season in the SHL, and the Titans power play gets to work. It was effective with a power play goal in the last game these two teams played a week ago. Will Fagan goes across. Ryan Mulvey down to Teddy McCrulis. Titans looking for the perfect shot. Asher Vanderplug, now McCrulis, down to AVP once again. Vanderplug, the captain Mulvey, up top Vanderplug takes a shot, and diving in the way of that one was Ciccone.
Yeah, Dale, and that's one thing that Viator's really good at, whether they're on the penalty kill or just regular 5-on-5, is they block shots all the time.
As this shot comes in from Ryan Mulvey, it wouldn't go as it deflects in the low slot, and now be wrapped around the boards and cleared all the way down.
And here comes the second power play unit for the Titans. We'll see how they do. They got about just half of the power play. This is going to be big. Oh, and Viator's going to go to the box now.
You should give the puck away here. Get as much time on the two-man advantage as you possibly can.
I don't think they realize it. And you know what, Dylan? I don't know if I caught it on the replay either.
Well, so we'll see if.
Let's see. Oh, I did. Okay.
Well, did Jason Price catch it?
Yeah. There. Oh, his hands go up. I think he's fine if his hands don't go up, but you can see right there, Hong's hands go up, and that's going to make an easy call.
So the Titans will have 48 seconds on two-man advantage. If you're Jim Philbin here, do you consider a timeout at this point in the game?
I don't know. I mean, probably, but the answer's going to be no.
Okay.
I probably would have said yes, but the timeout's not going to happen. And I guess the reality is we're not halfway through this game, so you could also argue that would be too early to take it.
And this one's come all the way outside the zone after a bad pass, and that kills valuable time on the 5-on-3 power play. Here's Ryan Mulvey, top of the left circle. Mulvey goes across. Asher Vanderplug. Back to Mulvey. He takes a shot, and it wouldn't go. Not sure if a piece for Sclafini or not. Now Vanderplug winds one up and fires. That didn't make its way through. Blake Hoffer on the rebound scores! And the Titans have tied the game up. It's all even here at 2 apiece. Career goal, number 98 for the senior.
How about that? Just as the 5-on-3 is expiring, you got 12 seconds left. All of a sudden, GBS comes up with a couple shots. I tell you what, there's some big shots there by Viator as well. And finally, Hoffer gets the puck. He just shoots it. That goes through 2 Viator players out in front. And in the back of the net, past Sclafini.
And you know what's very good about that from the Titans' perspective, David, is they still have the power play.
That's right.
Yes.
And it's a minute and 20 left, so they still got a fair amount of time.
No kidding. We'll see what they can do with it.
Now all of a sudden you're starting to see the momentum swing in the Titans' favor. Tell you what, power play goal here would be huge, but let's see how they set it up. They got a little bit less ice to work with than they had in the 5-on-3.
Hoffer to Vanderplug. Now Ryan Mulvey up top. Asher Vanderplug. Now Will Fagan to the near side. Owen Cosmeter back up to Blake Hoffer. He'll let one rip, and that one is stopped and eventually cleared on the rebound. Still 40 seconds to go on the power play here for Glenbrook South. Ryan Mulvey, yep, avoids a turnover. Goes across. Asher Vanderplug comes over the line. Delayed offside, though, and that allows St. Viator to come back the other direction. Short-handed. Jake Bukala, Michael Ciccone, but that's stopped by Preston.
Tell you what, that's a big stop there by Preston. Miscommunication on the Titan zone, and Preston comes up with a big blocker save because there's still 10 seconds left on the Titans power play. And now Hoffer's laboring off the ice as he took a little bit of a knee from a Viator player. So we'll see if he returns to the ice. I don't think I caught the replay on that either, but he did catch a little bit of a knee.
Now look out, this takes a funny hop off the near side corner boards, but eventually swooped out of harm's way. Now Weiss, good to see him back out on the ice after taking that really rough hit that caused the first power play for the Titans. And the power play goal in the 2-man advantage technically gets written in the books as being scored on that first penalty. So Jonah Weiss taking the hit results in a Titan goal. McCrulis right in front. Here is Jonah Weiss getting rid of a shot from in close. And no luck there. Now McCrulis, but hand pass stops play with 8:13 to go in the second.
Yeah, hand passing to the call. You can see here actually on the far right side of your screen, Hoffer's off the bench, so he's getting a little bit of attention.
Can you, though?
No, you could see it. I saw it on there.
Jason Weiss, your cameraman today. Gerard Boris should be joining us somewhat soon. Let's see where that new Trier Green game is at right now.
Oh, we should use Life 360. Have his location out at all times, right? Find my friends, one of the two.
It's like there's 9:07 to go in the third period. New Trier is up 6-3 against the Carmel Catholic Corsairs. So Gerard has to pack everything up and then come over here to Mount Prospect. Here's a shot from a tough angle. That one by Charlie Preston. Now right in front, Ventura looking to hack that one in. Then he's taken down. And
you got to send him to the box.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's going to be some penalties here.
You know, listen, we'll take a look at the replay before I say anything because we actually want to see what the official calls are going to be. Oh, whoops. But you could see right there, 3 Viator players all tackle Ventura. There's going to be a cross check that's going to come in right there to the back of the head. And then another one, which I don't know what the point of that one was, quite frankly. And then he stands up, and then they're still shoving at him. So there's got to be at least 2 Viator players that go to the box. They're only going to send one.
It's going to be Michael Ciccone.
Ciccone's going to go to the box. I don't think Viator's going to be a fan of the call there, but again, Viator's one of the teams in the SHL alongside York that has a more physical playing style, so that's something that these teams are a little bit of accustomed to. But again, that's going to put the Titans on the power play. So that's one of those unnecessary plays from Viator that they don't need to do, especially in a 1-1 game. It's going to put GBS on the power play.
And the Titans have scored a power play goal tonight, 1 for 2, their only goal. That tied things up from Blake Hoffer moments ago.
Still some discussions being made, but Hoffer is back on the ice on the power play. He's playing in that left defensive spot. Face-off win's going to be huge. You got Vanderploeg taking the face-off.
Yeah, he's up against Giovanni DePinto, and a 50-50 puck is eventually won possession-wise by the Titans. Owen Kosmeter lifts it to the near side corner, looking for Will Fagan, who eventually gets to it. Hoffer keeps it in left point on the clearing attempt, slides it over to Mulvey wide open. Now Asher Vanderploeg with a shot, and that one sizzles past the net. Hoffer sent it towards the slot. Now Ryan Mulvey. Vanderploeg looking for the deflection from Kosmeter in the slot. Now up top, Ryan Mulvey with a shot. Gobbled up, absorbed by Joey Sclafini.
Yeah, the Titans trying to center puck out in front. That was a good stick lift there by Tommy Speck of Viator. Take a look at the replay on this one as Hoffer gets it all the way across. Just point partner, and then shot goes on net. So not bad start to the Titans power play. Again, that's only 35 seconds through, so they still got well over the majority of time, even though Viator's going to clear this one here.
All the way down it goes. Preston is out of his net, gives it up. Pepe LeBoy near side, but the Titans grab it right back. Hoffer and Vanderploeg tip it back out to neutral ice. Halfway through the Titans power play. And which team is on the power play, David? Viator's had the puck for the last 20-30 seconds. Hoffer now has it all the way back down in his own zone.
I know, Dylan. I think I jinxed it because I was saying that they had a not bad start to the power play. So I apologize. It's my fault.
And another clear. St. Viator is first in the penalty kill, by the way, 87.3%. They've got 4 shorthanded goals on the season, which is tied for second.
Well, you know what, Dylan? A team that goes to the penalty kill so much, the amount of repetitions you get probably helps you.
Fagan down to Kosmeter, back up to Mulvey, but unable to handle that pass, and the captain has to skate back down into his own end. Will Fagan near side is shoved into the boards by Ciccone.
You got to take both of them.
And now they're screaming about something, David.
Well, that's because there was Fagan delivered a cross check.
Okay.
It was a little blocked by the camera, but I think I caught the replay. I would agree that Fagan would need to go to the box for the cross check. I think you got to send the Viator player too, because what Viator wants is they want them to call the second hit. So you see it right there. So that's the first one. We'll take one more look at it because I want to see if there was anything on the Viator side first. And a little shove, and then that's when Fagan delivers the cross check. So that's what the Viator bench was complaining about. Rightfully so.
That's a valid argument.
But there was no call on that. And again, in my mind, if you let those things go on now, it's just going to get worse and worse throughout the game.
And these two teams played a pretty chippy game last time. St. Viator, Glenbrook South, not necessarily natural rivals in the high school sports world, but in the SHL, you're pretty much a rival with everyone, David, when you play them 3 times in one season.
Yeah, and especially, when you got a team like Viator, who's one of the powerhouses in the SHL, one of the favorites to probably win the state championship. So every game against them is huge.
Titans 1-1 against Viator this season. A 5-1 loss at Glenview Ice Center and a 3-2 win here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. Brian Loftus strips this one ahead. He's looking for his second goal. And Preston comes up with the big save this time. Deflects it up and out of play for a whistle.
And Titans get lucky there again because Ventura puts that right on Mendoza's stick. Puck bounces over. All of a sudden, you got Viator going the other way, and it's Loftus, not the guy you want to give the puck to. That hits off of the blocker of Preston, and guess what? Also nicked off the post. So Titans got lucky on that one.
Yeah, two portion save there. 5:14 to go in the second, David. This game, I don't know about you, but from my perspective, seems to be flying by. Not a lot of whistles.
Yeah, it does, and that's not a good thing because, I'm sure Gerard's going to want to be here. So
he's going to get here right at the final buzzer.
He might, and then we'll tell him to break everything down.
Hey, I mean, we don't know how to break everything down. We don't know how to set it up either. Gerard sets it up.
Yeah, no, I don't want to break his equipment, that's why I don't touch it. Right.
If you're late,
You don't realize how important he is until he's missing, right?
Yeah. We got Jason Weiss on camera. Gail Weiss doing the scoreboard. Dylan Ward alongside David Ventura here in the broadcast booth at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. This one thrown to the net from a tough angle. Rebound. Oh, what a save made by Preston on Matthew Ciccone. Boy, has Ciccone been having a nice game so far.
Yeah, he really has been. One of the key pieces on that Viator side, especially when you look at it defensively, you know, you can look at his numbers and say, oh, you know, he doesn't produce in terms of goals, assists. But listen, when you're playing defense, that's not your primary job. Your primary job is to play defensively well, and he does exactly that.
He's had some offensive looks tonight as well. That'll be sent down for an icing. 4:24 remaining in the second period.
And Ciccone also does a good job of stepping up on the play too, right? So when you're looking at it in terms of offensive chances that Viator could potentially have, he's one of those threats on there. All of a sudden you have 3 quote-unquote forwards. Fourth one jumps in, and now you're GBS. You got to find a way to defend him in your defensive zone.
Center ice face-off. Somewhat rare besides when the play starts, and some kind of explanation happening at the St. Viator bench. That is, well, their assistant coaches. John Sclafini, I believe.
And
Father of the goaltender. Yeah.
When you got both of the referees over there, normally you see one, but both of them are over there, as well as one of the linesmen.
So 3 out of the 4 officials were involved in that discussion. We're back underway. St. Viator takes the face-off at the center ice dot. Miss pass here. Preston wanted an icing, won't get it, but the trailing linesman calls it icing, and the St. Viator bench is not happy. But that should have been an icing, David. I can't really see why it wouldn't be.
Well, and I think what the Viator bench is complaining about, because this is what would normally happen, is right there, the second official waves it off. So the first one's got his hand up, second one waves it off. All of a sudden, the miscommunication sparks a little bit of a question from the bench. So that's going to put the face-off right back at neutral zone instead of it going in the Viator defensive end.
Right, because once an icing is waved off, it changes how you're playing in that moment. Right. So I guess I see the argument there, but I feel like that argument would apply a little bit more if it was the other way around, that a ref was going to get called an icing and then another one waved it off.
And it's always an interesting one, right? Mistakes are going to happen, not only from the officials, but the players as well. And as long as you're able to correct it, then everything's okay.
Connor Civitroth centered it, looking for Przwara. He was being tied up. Sent down low again, intercepted Will Fagan out to Hoffer, touches it along. Here's Jonah Weiss. He's got a 2-on-1. Over to Kosmeter, back to Weiss. He scores! Great passing play by the Titans. Blake Hoffer with the initial touch pass. And Weiss and Kosmeter played catch before Jonah tapped it home. The Titans have the lead.
How about that, Dylan? Look at this quick play there by Hoffer. He taps it up. He sees Speck coming right at him. Not a good play there if you're Speck. All of a sudden, 2-on-1 going the other way. Jonah Weiss is able to bury the puck. We'll take one more look at the replay, but again, this all starts because right here, Tommy Speck for Viator jumps up, goes to hit Hoffer when he didn't need to. Now the Titans have a 2-on-1 going the other way, and the Titans are able to capitalize on it. So again, when the other team makes mistakes, you got to capitalize on it, and the GBS Titans did just that.
I'll tell you what, got to give Jason Weiss his flowers for catching that one on the camera. I know Jonah would not. Yeah, barely caught it. I know. What would Jonah have to say if you missed that one?
It's too many things. I have to hold this.
Well, you know what we say, right? If you get on the camera, you can watch it over and over again. But if you don't get on the camera, then you know.
Yeah, you'll have to go on live bar.
Although a lot of the parents of my generation would say that we're on our phones too much and we need to stop taking photos and recording everything, right? So
yeah. I think are we same generation, David? 2025? Or I was born in 2000. You must have been born in
04.
04? I think we're same generation.
I have no idea what generation I am.
Hey,
I'm sure someone at home knows.
I never really caught that wave of knowing about that stuff. Vanderplug up top in the slot. His shot is blocked. Now brought in by the line. John Colpins down below the goal line. Goes up high. Ciccone. Here's a centering pass, and nearly Giovanni DePinto with a chance right at the doorstep, but no, sir. Titans allowed the first one tonight, have scored 2 since. Ryan Loftus with the lone goal for St. Viator. Blake Hoffer and Jonah Weiss with your 2 for Glenbrook South. Deflected in by Hoffer here. It goes down low, and Viator will play it out to the neutral zone. Pinto will slap it back in. Off the skates of the linesman, and they're not going to call too many men here.
No, I think they're just going to call it offsides.
I was going to say,
how about we go down there?
You better not call too many men in that spot, because what are they supposed to do?
And listen, you know, you got a younger officiating crew, and that's partly because the turnover of officials is terrible. I umpired baseball games. I didn't like it. It was terrible. You get yelled at all the time. So, you know, you try to bring the young officials in the game, and the reality is it's hard to keep them for a long period of time. So you see officials that there's not many of them that stayed, you know, many years and get the experience. So it makes it difficult.
The SHL does do a good job of having 4 officials for their games, something that not even the junior team we've broadcast for a couple times, David, the US Men Power has. They just have the 3-man unit.
And it's a hard job. It is. There's a reason I didn't do it.
Yeah. Zach Boris is an official. I actually sometimes will do the scoreboard for Beer League.
That seems like a fun job. You don't do anything.
Yeah, I just kind of go on my phone, maybe watch the Hawks game on my computer. But Zach Boris actually was the referee for one of those.
Really?
Once, yeah.
Did you yell at him?
No, but I stopped the clock 2 seconds too late, and the goalie came up to the penalty box and slammed his stick on the glass and said, "Wake up, do better." And I'm looking at Zach, hey, is that an unsportsmanlike penalty there? Or
probably saw you on your phone, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, hey, we're down right now. You're going to cost us. Here's a shot. That one stopped by Preston. Rebound. He'll cover it up for a whistle.
Yeah, nice job there by Preston to get over. We'll take a look at the replay here, but he's able to cover it up. So looking down at the puck with all the traffic in front. It's a big play there, especially since that puck was loose in front. He was actually a little bit out of his blue paint. So that's a good play. Bringing it to a whistle, and Dylan, we're going to get our 1-minute reminder pretty soon here, no?
Sounds like it. Looks like it, rather. Face-off won by St. Viator. There it is. Teddy McCrulis, far side corner. Now Ryan Mulvey. Giving up. Przwara couldn't get around Fagan. And now McCrulis will backhand this one out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, nice stick there by Fagan. You can see GBS getting just a little bit too excited. They're exiting the zone early before the puck does. Viator almost had a chance there, but thankfully Fagan was able to interrupt that.
He's able to interrupt that again as he sends it down. Jiang Hong goes across. This one lofted out to the neutral zone. Fagan tried to glove it again, but it is picked up by Pepe LeBoy onside as this
chance there. Unfortunately, they weren't able to connect on that. Now all of a sudden we're going to get a zone, or a face-off rather, in the Titans defensive end. There's 18 seconds left. It's 17.8. So making sure playing man-on-man defense is going to be super important here. You don't want to give up a goal. Oh, Titans got lucky there.
Yeah.
You can see actually right now, Viator bench all have their hands on top of their head on that one, because that was a big play.
7 seconds to go as this one goes down below the goal line.
I was actually blanking on the name. It was Tim Benz. You can see right now he's crouching. I was disappointed he wasn't that.
And here in St. Viator's 24th game of the regular season, they find themselves trailing after 2 periods for just the 5th time. Glenbrook South with 2 unanswered to respond to the 1-0 deficit. Blake Hoffer and Jonah Weiss with the goals, and in spite of Viator leading 25 shots to 16, it is the Titans who will skate to the locker room with the lead.
Yeah, and you question if that gives Viator a little bit of firepower, especially with the way this game's been going and them kind of been in the... All right, hold up. Let's not get in the way of the cords.
Yes.
Great time.
All right, we'll end with that.
All right, well, we'll take a break here on the South Hockey Network. Don't go anywhere. Third period coming up shortly here from Mount Prospect Ice Arena. Dylan Ward and David Ventura.
I don't know.
the New Trier game just ended, so probably not till after the game. Ready, David? Ready? Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Third period just about to be underway here at Mount Prospect Ice Arena. The Glenbrook South Titans, with 2 unanswered goals, are now leading 2-1 after trailing 1-0 here against the St. Viator Lions, looking for the season series victory. Currently tied 1 win apiece. Dylan Ward alongside David Ventura and Chasen Weiss doing some adjustments there on the screen.
Well, he is the technical engineer, right?
It looks like your scoreboard at home is showing that the Titans are up 3-1, but it's really 2-1. I was just saying that your scoreboard at home looks like the Titans are up 3-1, but I believe the score is 2-1 for all the people watching at home. Yeah, just, that's all right. Yeah, right.
It's okay. You know, I think in the next 5 minutes it'll probably say 3.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Watch Viator get another one. If that's the case, I apologize. You could blame me for that.
Yeah, I just might if that does happen. All right,
that
period
hurts.
of play, and yeah, the linesman just got drilled with the puck, and he is laboring after that one. He's staying out there, though. Calls the no offside. Here's a shot. That one deflects up and into the netting.
Blow the whistle. They not blow the whistle?
They never blew the whistle.
All right, well, we'll just assume that's a whistle. But that's got to hurt.
It's like Jason Weiss is making some settings changes.
Well, he's the technical engineer, you know?
Yes, he is. That's that behind-the-scenes stuff that you would never see on Gerard's broadcast. I think also the overlays are on the screen there, too. Okay, now it says that the Titans are up 2-0 instead of 2-1. Let's get rid of these. There you go. It's the Weiss Dream Team today.
Well, at least you got your son's goal, right? That's
yes.
That's the big thing.
Well, I think maybe he scored because you guys are working together on this broadcast. This one deflects up and out of play. Just getting started here in period number 3, Mount Prospect Ice Arena. Titans looking for a big win. Blake Hoffer and Jonah Weiss with the goals for Glenbrook South. Ryan Loftus scored for the Lions. Face-off incoming at the left wing circle. St. Viator attacking zone. It'll be DePinto against Vanderploeg. And the puck is eventually possessed by St. Viator. Here's a shot. One off the stick of Finn Hogan. It wouldn't go. Then on the follow-up, DePinto tried to get a second chance look, but that didn't work out either. Battle for the puck near side. Teddy McCrulis swoops in there to grab it. McCrulis going to bring it out himself. He'll chip it out to the neutral zone. Got it ahead to Tutai. Offside here, delayed call, and that allows St. Viator to come back the other way. Zach Boris goes over to Ventura. You got to think with that new Trier game over and Gerard Boris making quick work to pack everything up. He might be listening to this broadcast in his car right now. If you are, don't be shy, Gerard. Use the chat room and let us know.
But don't text and drive.
Yes. Wait till a red light. Ryan Loftus. Now Zach Boris. One hand on his stick, looking to hack it out. Ryan Loftus goes down to the far side half wall. Looking for the loose puck. Will Fagan picks it back up. Will Fagan, who had 2 assists a week ago today here at Mount Prospect. Now near side. Loftus up to Popule. He'll take a shot, going wide, but into the glove anyway of Thomas Preston.
Yeah, and a nice job there by Fagan as a shot from the point. He's able to box out Stefan of Viator. We take a look here at the replay, but this is what we're talking about out in front, where if you're a defenseman, you got to box out guys in front. Fagan does just that. That's why Preston had such an easy time seeing that from the point. Sorry, we got some movement. You could say we're popular up here in the broadcast booth, but I think that people don't want to, you know, they want to take the shortest route to their seats, I guess, is probably the best way to say it.
Now this shot back up top. Near side, it's Popiel. He has room. He takes a shot and a big save made there by the glove of Preston.
Yeah, nice shot there. Popiel's got a lot of time, but that puck's actually going wide. Preston still makes the glove save, but look at it. He's got a lot of time and space. We'll slow it down here. And he's got a few options, but right in the glove of Preston. It's actually going a fair amount wide as well. So right back to the face-off dot we go. Just as Dylan was saying, the first two periods are moving by pretty quickly. A few face-offs to start off this one.
Not the case here in this third. That's all right. Face-off win, and there's a nice save made by Thomas Preston, just getting enough of that one with his glove. Back up top, Popiel left point, slides it over. Hung down low. Brzwara, right side corner. Grab by Hoffer. Can't clear it out. Here's a shot from the right point. That one goes wide of the net. Now Popiel with a shot. That's blocked by Luke Fagan. Out to Blake Hoffer. Leaves it for Kosmeter, but offside.
Yeah, offsides is the call there. Listen, if you're GBS, when you're going into the zone there, you can't be making it too complicated.
For Fagan, I think.
Yeah, they made him.
That didn't look offside.
I don't know. I think
one more time.
I think Hoffer jumped. No.
Right here.
I think Hoffer jumped off. Look at Hoffer. Look at Hoffer. No, maybe not. I don't know. That's close. I think that's maybe what they were looking at. I'm not sure, but I do know that the Viator bench was yelling. I know that much. So maybe that had a little influence in it.
Mendoza below the goal line. It's punched back up top. Jiang Hong now near side Popiel towards the slot. Bounces off a skate, and Ventura able to clear this one out to neutral ice where it's shoved back in by Hong. Will Fagan now.
Oh, GBS almost did it again. Actually, they did. Viator's got the puck now, but they made a move right in front of Preston. That is now the second time that happened. The first time that happened was when Viator capitalized on the chance. You can see there the save there by Preston. But again, Titans need to be smart with the puck in their own defensive end, because if they continue to make that same mistake, Viator will bury the next one, that's for sure.
Right circle draw, Viator attacking zone. Dylan Ward, David Ventura with you here on this Sunday night on the South Hockey Network, live from Mount Prospect Ice Arena. Titans and Lions here in the SHL. Pinto will get this one out to the neutral zone. Shots on goal now 31-20, as Thomas Preston has come up large here in this one with 30 stops so far.
Yeah, and you'd say the shots on goal are probably a little generous, but listen, if you're a goaltender, you're not going to have any problems with those numbers inflated, as that boosts your average. So take the wins where you get them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's one of those things as a goalie you actually want your...
Well, but then you look at, Viator's goaltenders' save percentages, and you say, oh, are those inflated? Especially with the amount of home games they have, right?
Yeah.
All jokes aside, though, they do have two solid goaltenders in that.
St. Viator 8-2-2 on home ice this season. This one thrown in. Bounces off the end boards and right to Sclafini, the goaltender, who puts a glove on it. 12-13 to go in the third. Titans up 2-1 with goals from Blake Hoffer and Jonah Weiss.
Yeah, not many opportunities on either side at the start of this third period, so you got to figure that something's going to start up pretty quickly here, because Viator's going to get right back. They're going to try to get right back into this game. GBS trying to get some insurance.
Off the glass and out. Now it's a race for the puck. Connor Sibitroff really turning on the Jets here. Goes to the backhand and a big save made by Preston with the right pad, keeping it out.
Man, that's just a speed play there by Sibitroff, and he gets in past the Titans D. All of a sudden, he's got an opportunity, but big save there by Preston.
Now LeBoy, nice pass for Zwara, and a great stick by Ryan Mulvey to force that one up and out of play.
Yeah, great stick there by Mulvey. We'll go back to the opportunity that the Lions had. You can see right here, we'll slow it down. It's just a speed play. All of a sudden, Sclafani gets inside of the Titans defense. He makes a forehand, backhand move. Preston extends the right pad, making the big save there, keep the Titans up 2-1.
So back to the face-off circle. Titans shove this one out. Hoffer taps it ahead. Here comes Owen Cosmeter. He takes a shot off the post, and then it scores afterwards. He played it off the goaltender and in from below the goal line, just enough over the line. Wow. It's 3-1.
Oh man, I wasn't sure the Titans were going to bury that one there, but they did because I was getting the initial replay. We'll slow it down here as the first shot there by Cosmeter off the post.
Look at this.
And thankfully for the Titans, he had the presence of mind to get the rebound, throws it out in front and in the back of the net.
How do you like
two
that?
bar Gerard's not here for the behind the net cams, but that is exactly what the Titans wanted. Just as I was saying, well, there's two things I said. Number one is that Gail Weiss was able to keep the 3 on the scoreboard, even though you were telling her to correct it earlier. And the other thing was they were looking for insurance in this one. So, but you are playing the Lions, so 2 insurance goals is probably not enough to win this one.
Yeah, this game is far from over. 11:20 to go here in the third period. We'll see what Glenbrook South can do. So Hoffer gets his 3rd point of the game. Scored the initial goal and had 2 assists. And the Titans sitting pretty at this moment. Luke Fagan down below the goal line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the camera was able to pick up the mics, or not the camera, but the broadcast able to pick up the mics, but St. Viator bench, specifically Tim Ben's, not happy with the way his team's been playing in this third period. He's been trying to get his players on track here. We'll see if they are able to do so the rest of the 10.5 minutes left to go in the third, because you can see that they've had some breakdowns, not only defensively, but also on the offensive side of things when it comes to missed passes.
Face-off incoming at the right wing circle. Viator attacking zone. Gerard Borsch should be on his way right now. Gerard, if you're listening in your car, hit us with a chat in the chat room.
I think that there is a very small chance that he is.
That he's on his way?
I think he's got 2 hands on the steering wheel and trying to find the fastest way to get here.
I think he's definitely tuned in. He's got to be. Here's McCrulis coming into the zone, takes a hard hit near side. Now right in front, gets back up quickly and tries for a shot, but no luck. As Ciccone brings it out the other way, gets it ahead to Colpins. John Colpins sends this one down. Goes to the far side half wall to Pinto, and now Vanderploeg gets involved. By the way, I'm not sure if, I'm just now realizing this, but I haven't seen a lot of, oh no, there he is on the bench. Never mind.
Well, we'll go back to that hit there that Viator had on GBS. You can see some fans yelling. I think that's just a pretty clean hit, but just the way that McCrulis kind of fell on the boards there a little awkwardly.
Right.
But listen, if you're GBS, obviously Viator's got the physical presence, at least in this game that I've been watching. I didn't quite catch the other 2 games against this Lions team, but that one goes right up into the ceiling. But, you know, you're up 3-1, right? So you don't want to be victim to getting into the physicality. And what I mean by that is taking a penalty, an unnecessary penalty, and putting the Lions up on the power play. So that's something we're going to watch these last 10 minutes because, you know, again, those things like that are very possible.
Ryan Mulvey near side corner. Cosmeter able to chip this one out to the neutral zone. Brought right back in by St. Viator. Titans leading 3-1 after going down 1-0. 3 unanswered goals by this Glenbrook South team. Looking to give St. Viator their second loss in regulation this season after they scored the first goal, the first being against this very same Glenbrook South team. In regulation. Now Blake Hoffer races after the puck, but he slows down. I think he realized he wasn't going to win that race. That was interesting. Hoffer gets it back neutral ice, swings it over to the far side. Luke Fagan, look out on the Titan bench as that deflects in there. Out of play it goes. Halfway mark of the third period, just about.
And we're going to have an exciting finish to this one.
No kidding. Last time these two teams played, Asher Vanderploeg broke a 2-2 tie late in the third period. Under a minute to go. Face-off taken by GBS, and they'll fire this one in, but it's an icing. Another stoppage here with 8:46.
Dylan, we haven't had that many penalties in this game, I believe.
Just the one, or just the three?
Only three.
Three, because the Titans had a two-man advantage, and then they had the second
Right,
power
that's
play.
right. So 3. So GBS has yet to have taken a penalty.
Well, we
Again,
didn't
we're
play our
hoping not
game
for-
this
we-
time, David.
Well, it's okay.
I guess it's not really in effect this season.
No, you know, we don't want Gerard to have to pay for something.
Well, especially when he's not here.
Right. There's a chance here out by front by Viator as that one's going to get whistled down as got one of the Viator players on top of the puck. So we'll go to the replay
I think
here.
you spoke too soon, David. I think Titans just got a penalty.
Oh, they did? For what?
Looks like it.
Oh.
Alex Tutai will go to the box.
All right, I guess Alex Tutai's going to the box. Let's see, what was the call? Well, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll go to the replay and then we can go to it later. Maybe no, because this is the replay on just the chance that Viator had. I don't think that this isn't the replay on the penalty. All right, well, we'll proceed on. Viator's on the power play.
First power play for them of this game. All Titan penalty kills are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. As this shot deflects wide. Now back up high, Connor Sibatroff to the net. Stopped by Preston. Rebound grab by Przwara. Takes a shot looking for the 5-hole of Preston, didn't work out. Now Pepe LeBoy the third, wearing number 12 out there. Goes down to his captain, Loftus, takes a shot from a tough angle, and that one stopped. Loud thud off the pad of Preston, and then the rebound's cleared.
Yeah, Viator trying to sneak that one short side. One of the things I talked of before is saying that GBS never had a penalty in this game. Of course, they take one right away, and
It's the caster's curse, David. Welcome to broadcasting.
I think I do that a little too much.
Here's a shot, that one off the stick of Sibatroff, but stopped by Preston. Good puck movement here for the Lions on their power play. Back up high, Sibatroff to the near side circle. Here's a shot, stopped by Preston. He'll hang on for a whistle.
And we'll see if we get a penalty out of this one. There was some commotion right the top of the circles, but we're going to go back to the opportunity that Viator just had, which is going to be right before the whistle. But again, Fagan doing a good job of boxing guys out in front. You can see right there he's got a Viator player to his right. So now Preston has a very good lane in terms of vision on that one. And that's exactly what Fagan's got to keep up because it makes Preston's job a lot easier.
58 seconds to go on the power play to St. Viator. They'll win the face-off as they kick it back up top to the left point. Sent down to the near side, circle low side. Now back up high, Colton Newhouse. Up to Hong, over to DePinto. Back up to Jiang Hong. Giovanni DePinto. Down below the goal line it goes for John Colpins. Back up to Newhouse. Here's a shot. That one just missed the top left corner. And Hoffer's right there to slam it out and all the way down.
And now 20 seconds left on the power play for the Lions, and they've been doing a pretty good job throughout this one, and so is GBS on the defensive side of things.
Here's Jiang Hong. Below the goal line, leaves it. Tommy Speck looking to catch Preston napping as he went over to that left wing side. Not really napping, but just cheating, so to speak. Penalty's over. The Titans have killed it off. They're 1 for 1. Tutai out of the box. Goes to the bench in exchange for Vanderplug, and we're back to 5-on-5 play. Another big save made by Preston. He is now at 36 saves on 37 shots against. And the only goal he allowed, David, you can't really chalk up to him. It was a turnover and basically a breakaway from just inside the slot.
Yeah.
Now Ciccone up top, taking away Blake Hoffer. Will ring this one in, they go off for a change, and they call that an icing. And both linesmen agree on that call.
You know, listen, that definition is an icing, I guess. You do see a lot of leeway with that. Actually, that was further behind. That was further behind than I thought. Than it initially looked.
In real time, it looked like it was on.
Yeah, it looked like it was on that. And not only that, but Hoffer had a lot more room than he might have thought. So it's one of those where, you know, little mistakes could end up in the back of your net. But it's looking like GBS is going to clear here.
David, we're still a couple minutes away, but we're getting to that point for St. Viator where you might want to consider calling your timeout and pull the goaltender. If you're a coach of the team, and as a offensively talented team as St. Viator is, what's your game plan here in this spot?
I think Viator is going to start to consider that timeout once we enter the inside of the 3-minute mark. I don't think they're going to even look to Sclafini until we get to that point, because there's still about 2.5 minutes before we get to that point. Again, anything could happen.
Ciccone to Loftus, one-timer, but didn't get a lot on it, and it was blocked as well as that. Mason Steffen backhands this one down below the goal line. Up to Tutai. Now Will Fagan hoists it out. Grabbed back by Teddy McCrulis off the near boards. Back for Ryan Mulvey, who sends it to Tutai, who tips it in. Good play by the Titans just to make him work for it a little harder in their defensive end.
Well, nice play there by Tutai to get a stick on it, because it looked like that pass was not exactly where he wanted it, and because he got a stick on it, it prevents the icing.
Oh, look out. This one goes up and out of play right into the St. Viator bench.
And back in play.
Yes.
That's how much momentum that puck had on it.
4:55 to go in the third. Titans sitting pretty but not comfortable. No chat from Gerard, huh?
Yeah, he'll be here to break it down, huh?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Here's Connor Civitroth. He's got Priswara to his left. And what a play defensively from Luke Fagan. Those are probably their two hottest scorers right now. Fall down.
You got to fall down on those.
Hoffer, now Weiss. Blake Hoffer sent it to Cosmeter. All three guys with goals in this one are on this line right now. As this stretch pass finds Albert Priswara. A hat trick yesterday, looking to stay hot. And a big save made by Preston.
I missed it.
Well, it's okay. We were going to go to the other one anyway. Preston makes a big save there as Jason's telling us he missed it. It's okay. I wanted to go the other replay anyway. Some big things you see here with Viator, something that's going to work for them is going to be chipping the puck out, using their speed to their advantage, and you can see they do just exactly that right there. That's what led to that opportunity, and again, you got a Viator player on the left side of your screen, because I'm having a hard time with the numbers here. I'm not sure who that is.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, just...
Okay, yeah, the breakaway is all the way.
We can go back to that replay. You got a Viator player on the left side of Preston who was in too deep. Had he been back at least 2 steps, he would have buried that centering try out in front because he had no GBS players on him.
Down to our final 4 minutes of play in regulation.
I think it was Priswara that was on that left side, but we'll go back to it.
Here's Colton Newhouse. Newhouse with a shot, blockered away by Preston. Rebound. Will Fagan tries to get it out. Popiel keeps it in, goes down to the left wing circle. Colpins fires it towards the net. Rolls in the blue paint, but wouldn't go. Now down below the line again, it's Newhouse being pressured from behind by Boris. Back up to Popiel. Here's a shot. Another big save made by Preston. Save number 40 for the sophomore on the night.
Yeah, Preston trying to figure out where that puck was. I think he just saw it at the last second, gets his right pad on that, so that comes up big.
Pardon me, that was save number 39. Shot number 40 he faced. Ryan Mulvey. Will Fagan. And it's an icing. 3:05 to go in the third.
So
getting closer to the empty net situation.
We'll go back to the play I was talking about, but you can see here, Viator on the breakout, they're throwing up the boards. They use a speed play. All of a sudden, you got a player there. I think, it's Priswara that's on the left side of your screen. So he's too low. All of a sudden, there's a centering try out in front. Now we're going to get a timeout by St. Viator here.
Yeah,
and that's what I said, the 3-minute mark. So
face-off will be at the right wing circle, offensive zone for St. Viator.
Yeah, and Dylan, that play, now I'm blanking on who it was for the Titans defense that fired it all the way down for that icing.
You mean
just now?
Just now? I'm forgetting.
I'm blanking on the name, but it's okay. Because of that play, now Viator is able to call a timeout, and I don't think Sclafini is going to come back on the ice. So that's going to give them the extra attacker that they need.
Gerard just texted me, on my way.
There you go. But like I was saying, that's going to give them the extra attacker that they need and give them a chance to draw play. So, back when we go back, going back to the point about mistakes, right? Minimizing those is crucial because now you're giving the Lions an opportunity to set things up, which is not something you get to do in hockey much. So,
Ryan Loftus scored the first one tonight. Glenbrook South answered with 3 unanswered. Starting with Blake Hoffer on the power play, then Jonah Weiss, and then Owen Cosmeter. All 3 goals were highlight reel goals in their own way. Owen Cosmeter's goal from below the goal line off the goaltender. Hoffer's just a snipe. And then Jonah Weiss, a great 2-on-1 play. So, timeout time. I mean, this is a long timeout, David, it feels like.
It is, and, listen, Viator's going to wait for GBS to throw their guys out first.
Yep. Absolutely.
And, obviously you'll see the same if GBS was at home. So that's why Viator and GBS waited forever to see if they can get one of the teams to crack. GBS throws out their lines. Sclafini does not come back in net. So Viator's got 6 guys on the ice, and we'll see what happens here.
All right, 3:05 to go on the faceoff. It's won by the Titans. Teddy McCrulis looking to chip it out. Kept alive by Ciccone. Now will be fired out of there by the Titans. And will it slow down enough? No. Icing as it rolls around the boards and eventually over the end line.
And another thing to keep in mind here is, I'm sure the folks at home know, you can change on an icing if you're the team that ices the puck. So high school hockey, at least in the state of Illinois, you are good to do that. So one of the things, or one of the options that GBS has if they get too tired in their own defensive zone.
Yeah, right. Ryan Loftus off a face-off win. Shoots in a big save made by Preston. Comes to the near side. This is Ciccone. Goes across to Mason Steffen, who fires a shot, but that wouldn't go. 2.5 to play in regulation. Loftus, the leading point scorer in the SHL as of today. Now Steffen in the corner. Sent it to the blue paint. And Vanderplug looking to grab it. Now Loftus. Taken away, and McCrulis plays it off the glass and out. Anthony Pinto goes to 2-tie. No icing here as it clearly takes a deflection. Pacala. Now Ciccone. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. Loftus deflected in by Newhouse, right in on net. Preston covers up and will take a whistle and a breather.
Yeah, and he turns his head to avoid getting a stick to the face there. So for the folks at home to remember is Viator has already used their timeout. So if they have another face-off opportunity, they will not be able to use it.
That's a great point.
Sclafini will stay outside of the net. And again, Viator's down 2, so they're going to need one quick here, but they do not have their timeout, just in case you missed that.
Face-off taken by the Titans again. Will Fagan just backhands this one out with a chip. Newhouse will fire it in. Goes right to Will Fagan, who will send it out to Hoffer. No icing, it's waved off as it takes a deflection. So Finn Hogan grabs it for the Lions. Out to Weiss. Civitroth taken away by Cosmeter. He'll have a crack at it. And a diving effort there from Tommy Speck.
Yeah, and I think that one was going wide, so they might have, GBS might have been lucky there because that probably would have been called an icing. But, you know, if you're Speck in that situation, it's probably the right play.
Colton Newhouse, Connor Civitroth. Big save made by Preston and matches jersey number 41 on the night. Here's another shot. That one wouldn't go, and then he fans on it again. Jonah Weiss towards the empty net. He scores! From way downtown, his second goal of the game, and that should just about do it for the Titans.
Yeah, nice play there by Jonah to fire that all the way down, especially considering that he was behind his own red line. So that's
at the face-off circle.
That's taking a risk. That's taking a risk for sure.
Yeah,
and he's burying that in the back of the net.
You might not see them take that risk if they were up by 1 goal, but they are up by 2.
Right.
And, I mean, he hit the bullseye on that one.
Yeah, he's getting a high five from coach, too.
Out to center ice for the face-off. Pinto goes to Graham Vanderplug. Titans now leading 4-1. And, David, they allowed the first goal of this game pretty early. Ryan Loftus made it 1-0, and it looked like St. Viator was going to run away. But how about the response? 4 unanswered goals by the Titans. Covering up this one is Joey Sclafini.
Yeah, it was a great response by GBS, and it looked like, you know, it wasn't going to be the best game for the Titans as they struggled a little bit in the first, and all of a sudden they come back in the second and the third, starting to look like the Cardiac Bears a little bit. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but they're able to secure a win in this one, and that's something that they're going to want to improve with the rest of the season, is coming out with more of the consistent start, because when you start to head towards playoffs and especially state, you know, teams are going to come at you with the... That just got shoved. All right.
10 seconds to go. Here's a shot, gobbled up by Preston for another whistle. 5.5, and...
I just got shoved.
But why the person coming behind us?
Yeah.
Oh.
How about that?
How about that? You should go shove her back.
I'd get in trouble for that, man.
All right, circle to Preston's left. He's only allowed 1 goal tonight. It was off a breakaway. Besides that, he's been flawless. Boris at the face-off circle. It's won by the Titans. Ventura lightly taps it out of the zone. Buzzer sounds, and the season series belongs to South. They take down the St. Viator Lions, the first-place team in the Scholastic Hockey League, twice a week apart, both on the road, I might add. And after losing Game 1 at Glenview Ice Center this series, 5-1, back in November, 2 straight wins here in January.
And that's a big 2 points for GBS, right? It may not look like it's close in the standings now, although it probably is. It's going to come big, especially when it comes seeding time, right? You know, maybe the Titans needed this extra 2 points to give them the 4th seed or the 5th seed, whatever it may be, because you're going to want that home ice advantage, mainly for that second change when it comes time to get to the SHL playoffs and the higher seed in state.
SHL playoffs will be at a neutral site this season at Rosemont, but you still have that home ice advantage of the last change, so that's very important, even with the neutral site. As the teams shake hands, as per usual, because it is the end of the season series.
And Dylan, I wouldn't be surprised if these 2 teams are matching up again, especially in the SHL or state playoffs. And if that's the case, Loftus is going to be someone to watch out for the Titans. So we'll see how the seeding works out and who the Titans end up playing. But again, I would not be surprised if these 2 teams see another potential playoff series or a stake game against each other.
Want to tip my hat to the Weisses. Not only Jonah on the ice for scoring 2 goals in this one, but his parents, Gail and Jason, for stepping in and filling in for Gerard Boris, who did not make it to the broadcast today. And look, there we are. Jason Weiss puts us on camera for the end of the game. But yeah, Gerard Boris, we missed you today, and you missed a great game. Of course, we apologize for that. But
now the people
David,
at home can get a little bit of an idea of what I'm talking about.
yeah, all the people coming behind us. But great win for the Titans. David Ventura, you will not be there for the next game for Glenbrook South. That's on Wednesday as the Titans are at home to face St. Ignatius at 7:10 p.m. this coming Wednesday. You will be doing sideline for the SHL game of the week. So
I will.
I'll probably have my dad or maybe another color. Maybe Zach Freemuth again. We'll have to see. But that will be the next game for Glenbrook South against St. Ignatius. And the Titans will look for the season series win in that one. David, final thoughts from a great performance for Glenbrook South?
I think it was a great game by GBS. We'll keep it short and sweet, but again, we'll go back to that the Titans had first period and keeping on that same pressure throughout the second and the third. Instead of waiting for the second period to that kick in, I think they'll find success having the same performance they had in the second and third period in the playoffs of the rest of the season for them.
All right, well, for Gail Weiss, who was on scoreboard today, Jason Weiss, our camera operator, thought about calling him technical producer there, but I'm going to leave it at camera operator. I think
I'll call him technical producer.
We were technical producers today.
I saw him budget some numbers. I saw him budget some numbers.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's true, and so did everyone at home. That's a good point. That's David Ventura. I'm Dylan Ward. One more time, the final. Glenbrook South 4, St. Viator 1. GBS takes 2 out of 3 games in the season series against one of the state favorites to win the championship. We'll see you Wednesday night back here on the South Hockey Network as the Titans take on St. Ignatius. Till then, have a great rest of your Sunday night, and we'll see you soon.
Nice.